Hi, I'm just doing a video blog with Gary, and we're going to have a chat about some stuff. Two ideas I've come up with. One is to do a regular BBC Question Time in Bournemouth, focusing on Bosque and all this stuff. And secondly, do a parliamentary Question Time, where we the people question our elected representatives and other relevant people in a parliamentary format, us v them, and see what happens. The BIC would be the perfect venue for it because it's big, and maybe sort it out for next January or February, or do what the British Constitutional Group are doing and set up a trial of the government and the issues, and to see what happens. So looking forward to that. End of October in London. So I'm going to London. Yes. Right, Gary, so on the record, what do you think about the two ideas, BBC Question Time format and the local parliamentary thing?
So this is me, it's Gary Sherborne, it's Wednesday the 16th of September and I'm out with Steve and he's filming me on his camera and we're filming together.
Yeah, world first.
Steve, sorry?
The BBC Question Time format and doing a local parliamentary session.
I think that would be great if we could get the players, all the state agencies, the health and all of that, yeah, to answer questions.
In the parliamentary format, where you have like the speaker, you have two sides of the argument. You have people, and you have stand still. Therese, take a seat. Hey, we'll sit ourselves down.
This is Dodge. This is the dog that everybody thinks is a real pest, but Steve loves him to bits.
Yeah. Right, well, maybe I'll explain the two ideas. One, the Question Time idea is rip it straight off of the BBC, like I did last week with the Federation of Small Business, where we had
So just an absolute copy of what they do on Question Time.
Yeah, the same format, chairman, a panel of experts, and then we have an invited audience, and then we just focus on like half a dozen questions for 2 hours, and
that's
then
down to the strength of the chairperson or the person we get to kind of do the David Dimbleby bit.
Yeah.
Would you suggest we did that?
Well, obviously the thing about BBC Question Time I like, and this ties in with what you've just said, is that it's self-invited.
But the chap who runs it all, and I've been to one when they came to Bournemouth, you know, they respect the chairperson. He manages to keep order of the debate.
Yeah.
People are patient and put their hands up, and any dissent he always kind of handles really well, and that's the strength of the chairperson.
Right. Well,
and I think we haven't got people like that down here with the character to make it.
Well,
Barry Webb, when I was at the Stronger Safer Communities yesterday, Steve, sort of said that, you know, all the officers should attend, and they're not allowed to speak for the duration of the conference, gathering, forum.
Well,
it's just 100 members of the public, the locals.
Well, that's the problem with BBC Question Time. You need a chairman to invite questions.
I'd say Barry Webb then, if he managed to do it in Wiltshire, and if he's the Deputy Director for Public Health.
Do you want to go ahead and invite him and field his ideas?
Can I do it under the Boscombe Area Forum?
Well, yeah.
Because that's how I got to talk to him yesterday, and you know, they all confirm that the Area Forum is still, you know,
valid.
I've probably got the most legal authority there amongst all of these officers yesterday, even though I wasn't paid. Steve's filming me now. But Steve was invited to come up to the TPUC thing, so as part of my personal diary, I just want to say it was a shame he wasn't able to make it, because I think he'd have been able to sort of add a lot of calmness and wisdom to the place. Dodge would have been fucking eaten alive. So
Really?
Steve's got, you know. Anyway,
I have got
question time in Boscombe. Boscombe Area Forum could be the host then.
Yeah, definitely, because for the record, I'm still the secretary of the Boscombe Area Forum.
Steve's a long-standing committee representative, has always been part of the forum. Regular attender,
4 or 5.
Understands the constitution.
4 or 5 years. Right, so we agreed then. Get the squirrel, Dodge. Get the squirrel. Yeah. He goes after squirrels. It's hilarious.
The old boy's getting some exercise.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Right, so I can do that. I can. The problem with the area forum is that we ain't got enough members, and when we did, we had 20 or 30
but
people.
It's not about members, it's always been whoever turns up. As long as about, you know, we couldn't do certain things unless we had 16 people there or so and so.
Yeah.
But the fact that we kept turning up, I think, you know, the area forum's still part of the constitution for the council, and we're still.
It's still a valid platform. It's still a valid vehicle for local democracy. And what about the second idea about setting up a local parliamentary session between us and the council, where we the people get to question the council and our other elected representatives in a parliamentary format where you have the opposition and you have the government, and then you have the speaker in the chair, and then you have the officers that are there to support the parliament, and to bring local democracy back to the people, because that's one of the problems that I've identified, is that the way we interact with the government is very limited. It always seems to be on the initiative of the government.
I took Andy to the cabinet meeting, and Bob Earthwise came with us, and the frustration they felt having to sit there and not be able to speak, not be able to sort of contribute to the debate, and being you know. But eventually Bob went boo, 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 boo. You know, that urge to speak out. We've got to change the way, and that's why I think scrutiny panels and overview panels came in, because the chairperson there isn't constrained by the same rules as cabinet. Cabinet go, it's our policy not to allow questions unless you're an elected representative. Then you can ask our cabinet questions, but members of the public are not allowed at this meeting. Whereas if we go to scrutiny and overview panel meetings, you know, it's the same people talking about the same thing, but the rules have changed, and you and I can put our hands up and can interject, and we've got different rights now at different levels of local government that only came about because of, I believe, John Prescott devolving power.
Yeah, the office.
It hasn't worked yet.
The office of the Deputy Prime Minister put forward a lot of new ideas.
Social inclusion is really working. Whether people are taking it up and making it work for them is a different matter. That's using the law, because these are statutes now. We have a right now to ask a question or stick deputations and petitions in. I go to council meetings regularly, Steve, and I'm the only person there. Questions from the public, none. Deputations, none. Petitions, none. So we're kind of allowing them to get away with it.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got to take the fight to them and change, you know, we've got a way now to do it. And we've got area forums. I think the parliamentary, you know, copy and question time would be the best way.
Yeah. We're coming to the end of this section.
That was my rant to Steve over there.
But just for the last minute, what do you think of setting up a parliamentary session here in Bournemouth? Just that core idea.
Steve's just asked me what I think about setting up a parliamentary session, and I've got to be honest, I don't know what it means.
Right. Just a quick one. We basically copy the format of Parliament. Right. We copy the format of Parliament, and we the people become the opposition. Our elected representatives and their agents become the government, and then we have a two-sided battle, like we do in Prime Minister's Question.
Answers in Parliament type thing.
Yeah, where anyone can come to and stand as the loyal opposition, and then they have a set.
They're only allowed to have officers or experts on their benches, though.
Yeah, but we'd have to have
MPs
we'd have to have equality of arms. Right, I'm just going to stop it there.